Internal pressure often builds in the most mundane environments. You could be sitting in a quiet room or starting your morning commute when the air suddenly feels heavy and charged. Physical symptoms arrive without warning. Your heart races, your jaw tightens, and your breathing turns shallow. Our default reaction is to reach for psychological labels. We call it anxiety or insecurity or a social phobia. We assume these sensations are evidence of a deep character flaw. Labeling these symptoms as psychological failures is often a diagnostic error. It treats a hardware load like a software bug. The system isn't necessarily failing under this pressure. Instead, the friction occurs in how the pressure is being reported to the conscious mind. The brain frequently generates a falsified internal report, creating an explanation for the physical tension that has very little to do with the actual cause. This reporting mechanism functions like an internal PR manager. Its role is to invent complex, relatable stories to rationalize raw biological spikes. It fills the silence of a high-voltage moment with a narrative we can understand. We habitually mistake structural load for psychological pathology because we accept these internal press releases at face value. Tracing this process requires us to look at the brain as a physical circuit. We can see exactly what happens in the millisecond a new stimulus hits the system. It starts with the impulse input. This is raw, intense biological voltage. It feels uncomfortable, but it's an honest response to the environment. This diagram shows the signal crossing into the left hemisphere, where the PR manager takes control. It spins a fake story to resolve the energy, rationalizing a physical spike with a narrative about everything being fine, despite the biological evidence. Through this mechanism, simple physical sensations are transformed into stories about personal failure. Consider a common scenario on a city bus. You're sitting on your morning commute when an attractive stranger sits down nearby. An immediate biological spike follows. Your breathing shortens, your knee bounces, and your teeth vibrate. This is unrouted electrical current moving through your body. In this silence, the PR manager issues a panic-driven report. It claims you are socially anxious or broken, using the raw voltage as proof of your inadequacy. In reality, you are a live wire carrying raw voltage without a dedicated grounding rod. The problem isn't your character, it's the lack of a wiring diagram. Believing the PR manager leads to a cycle of trying to cure psychological illnesses that are actually just physical misroutes of energy. You cannot debug biological voltage using a psychological flowchart. No amount of narrative therapy can fix a structural load issue. This spectrum treats feelings as indicators of system load. As uninsulated voltage moves from harmless to volatile, the symptoms are just dashboard lights signaling the state of the circuit. Viewing emotions as mere load indicators prevents the PR manager from using those falsified press releases to steer your life. When internal pressure spikes, the effective protocol is structural refusal. You simply stop arguing with the PR manager's stories. Like the utility network shown here, your value is in your capacity to carry load. You are the infrastructure functioning beneath the surface, not the flimsy stage decorations above. By standing still and allowing the system to hum, you let the raw current pass through. Eventually, it will find its ground.